Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Tukul session. This is your host, John Ngong, and today we are co-hosting with Ajang, and Ajang is right here. Ajang, how are you doing?
I am fine, thank you, Mongit. How are you?
Good, I'm doing well. Welcome back to the Tukul. I keep saying this to you.
Thank you so much for
uh, all
the
right,
I
all right. Thank you very much. So, guys, welcome to our Tukul session, and tonight we're doing a bit of something new. It's going to be a bit of reflection on the book, and Tukul was actually formed for three things: to share the stories that we have been sharing here, and then to do book reviews like the one we are going tonight, and also to share wild thoughts. So maybe it's the wild thoughts that are still yet to happen. But we have had
exactly.
colleagues, yeah, we have had colleagues coming in and sharing their experiences, their stories, and also sharing some technical topics. And yeah, so then that was a bit of like to diversify a bit our content and the type of conversations we have. So tonight we'll just dive into a book, and not really a book review, but we just want to reflect on this particular book here. And we have been having a series. It has been a progression from the power of books that we had in the session here. Remember when we hosted the lead, we also talked about the power of routine related again to books and another thing you do to make yourself better. And then we talked about hyperlearning in the last session. And this is our Tukul session number 11. And today we are going to do a book review. And the book that we are going to review is called Startup of You. Some new topic. And I found the title of the book actually very attractive. And then the subtitle is saying this is about like how to adapt to the future, invest in yourself, and reshape your career. I like the invest in yourself part. Yeah, so we'll run a quick presentation and then we will open it up for discussion as we usually do. So I'm putting the screen in the presentation mode right now. Yes. So what we're going to be doing is like a few slides. We'll run a few slides and then we'll open it up for discussion. Actually, I always look forward to the discussion part. Yeah. So Startup of You. This is a book by Reid Hoffman and Ben Kosnaucha. These are like two guys who wrote this book. The book was written in 2012. Can you imagine, like in 2012, people had these crazy ideas. I thought the ideas came up after COVID and the pandemic and technology that took over the world, but people were already thinking deep about some of these very, very progressive topics. Yeah. So the book we are going to review tonight is The Startup of You by Reid and Ben Kosnaucha. Let's kick it off. So the startup mentality is all about what the book really tries to cover. But then what is a startup mentality? We know that businesses around us, the micro or the small, medium enterprises, and even as actually these other giants, the business giants, the corporations that we have, all started as startups. So when it's starting as a startup, they really need to adopt a certain mentality, certain approach to entering the market, maintaining their presence in the market, and even growing big. So the startup mentality here encompasses adapting strategies used by these startup businesses. Basically, it means being adaptable, building relationships, and pursuing breakout opportunities. That is the startup mentality. Basically, startup businesses adopt this kind of approach to their survival and strive and striving to achieve their business goals and even prospering in the due course. Yeah. So this is the mentality that is exposed to us in the idea behind the book: being adaptable, building relationships, and pursuing breakout opportunities. In short, this literally means running your professional life or even your personal life like a startup business. Yeah. So basically, this is what the authors, the two authors, are talking about. But then we are presented here with a scenario. It's called the escalator scenario. So it says our professional life traditionally has been channeled to a certain direction or a certain path. It begins with you graduating from school, or maybe coming out of an apprentice center or through a certain training. Let's say like from university, just to be ordinary enough. Coming from the university, you look for a job, and when you get that job, you will start at the entry point, like the most basic position in the company, and then you gradually rise through the ranks, and then later you gain more seniority and you earn more, you gain more power in the company. That has been the traditional staircase. When you are growing professionally, that is the staircase. That is the path you are subjected to. Whether you are ready for it or whether you are conditioned to that kind of thinking by the training you underwent to, or even by the business culture or the organizational structure. So basically, that's the traditional staircase. Now, there is a new way of looking at this. And by the way, the staircase, or the escalator in this case, has come to a complete standstill. It's not working. That approach of entering from lowest position and then gradually going through the ranks and becoming a senior person, that approach now has been hacked in good faith. Hacked, it's not like the negative part, but it has been made irrelevant. Why? Because new things came up. What are these things? Globalization, of course, and technology. I've been like in my casual discussion with people, I'm like, I'm not ignoring technology anymore. This thing is changing our lives every day, our personal lives and also our professional lives. So globalization and technology came and disrupted the traditional staircase. So we have a new one now. And then how did the disruption happen actually, and why did it even happen? Because these days, people are not actually retiring. You find somebody who's 60 years, in South Sudan, people retire at 60 years, right? But now, if somebody embraces technology, and actually with the nature of jobs that we have now, do not expect people to be retiring at 60. You could still be very, very, very active in the job market, by the way, because now you don't need to wake up in the morning, go to work, and get into Mosalat and all the hassle. That would be a bother if you are like a senior person, and then you would be like, I want to retire. No, these things are not happening now. At the comfort of your sitting room, you will be working. Seriously, you don't even need to use that physical energy. So we should expect that less and fewer people are going to be retiring, and we also need to be aware that actually less people are entering at the entry level position that was given to us by the traditional staircase. These days, when they advertise a position, they will say we need an expert in coding. When they say they need an expert in coding, you could be like a fresher from university, but you are the best. And if you are the best, you just enter, and you enter in a senior position. So again, that traditional approach to professional development is coming to an end, or it's becoming irrelevant again. So for us in the Tukul here, or maybe people who will be listening to this show later, if you are planning your career based on the escalator model, the traditional approach, hey, we need to put on our alarm bells right now, because this might not be working in the next few years or even right now. And just a reminder that these days people are actually succeeding without the escalator model. They don't need to go through the traditional way of entering here and then training and getting the experience and stuff like that. No, these days you just start off, you have your own idea, you can even start on your business or your company, and you're good. Yeah. And so now that the traditional staircase has come to a complete standstill, is there a way out? The good news is that yes, there is a way out of this. How? How do we get out? The best way to get out of the traditional model, or the escalator model as it has been referred to in the book, is to be vigilant and keep learning. This has been a big theme now in the Tukul. Keep learning, keep learning. So consider yourself as a work in progress. There's no way you said I'm a graduate, like the people here, and I can reach like somebody who has finished university, like I have finished school. You should never finish learning. You should never finish school. You can get that degree, yes, but you have not finished learning because you are always work in progress. Get that? So again, another way out is to consider learning opportunities more than years of experience. This is, to me, was like a knockout, because I've seen people who have a lot of experience being favored. Actually, when there's recruitment, they say we need somebody with 5 years experience, how many years of experience, and those people actually get, and those people are actually good. But the author of the book here is saying no, that is not actually the best way out. The best way out is just to keep learning. So where you are right now, you learn, and when you learn new things, you are most likely to change even what you are doing. You get new opportunities and you go ahead. The author says that if you have 20 years experience doing the same job, then you are repeating 1 year experience 20 times. It's not like you have 20 years experience, you still have 1 year experience, but you are repeating it 20 times. All right. So that's why I was saying like this is a knockout because I did not expect this kind of thinking actually, but that is what the author says. And the third way out is to find your competitive advantage in your interaction of assets that you have, the desire that you have, and the reality you find yourself in. How do we break down this point? Actually, when we talk, we have assets and we have desires. This don't really mean big things outside there. It begins with things like you having a smartphone right now. If you have a smartphone, that is an asset that you can actually use to a competitive advantage to other people who don't have smartphones. If you have a 4G network, like the way people have here now in Juba, you have a competitive advantage compared to somebody who is outside Juba and may not have 4G connection. I'm just comparing. We have 5G right now. I've been seeing it on TV these days. Yeah, so those people have competitive advantage. Small things, having a smartphone or a laptop or having a book with you, or having even the energy to sit down and read something. Those are the things the author is saying for you to get out of like for you to escalate your career, you need to take advantage of these simple things. The fact that you can go on Google and read new things by yourself. You don't need somebody to take you to class to read, to have a topic. No, you can read by yourself without the presence of the teacher. Like they always say, Uncle Google is here. So when you have Uncle Google with you, please learn. That is an opportunity for you, and it is a competitive advantage. Somebody who may not know. Hey, so we talked about breakout opportunities before. This is, to me, like most scary thing. Like somebody resigning from a very good job, you leave your family behind and go back to school to go and learn new things. That was a breakout opportunity. And sometimes you do a job and be like, this job, no. I'm going to resign and I'm going to do something new this year. That is capitalizing on a breakout opportunity. So again, the two authors really emphasize us embracing breakout opportunities if we want to make progress in our careers. You may not need to change your careers actually, but like being an engineer and you break out, you become a doctor. No, it meant that would be drastic. Like that would be a drastic change. But within your job, what kind of thing are you doing? Like what level of occupation are you in? Entry level again, or you are a senior manager now, or maybe you are becoming a consultant, or you have like certain clientele. So yeah, those things, opportunities. They're called breakout opportunities because it's a realization. What I'm doing right now, I don't want to continue doing it. I want to start something new. You break out from the norm. You break out from the traditional job that you have been doing for those 20 years that we talked about before. And yeah, so again, with breakout opportunities, we need to know that these are always like rare opportunities. They don't come well leveled. You may not even know that this is an opportunity for me to break out and develop my career. So it will not come to you in a gift box. No. And again, one thing with breakout opportunities is that they are extremely rare. They are difficult to follow, and they might not even fit your daily schedule. We talked about having a smartphone with you and you want to read. Sometimes you may not even have the time to read. You want to go there, social media is all over you and people are talking, and it becomes difficult to follow. I really take home this word. Or sometimes you say, for me to grow in my career, I need to be reading maybe for 2 hours about the type of job I am doing. That's a way for me to be smart and beat people that are it's always competition. I think we'll talk about it later in this presentation. It's always competition, implied or real. So if it is competition, you also need to find time to train yourself. So when you say I'll be reading like maybe 2 hours a day about the type of job I'm doing, that thing is not easy. I think it's difficult. It means maybe before you go to bed, you are reading something, or you wake up in the morning. If you regularly wake up at 7, this time you're waking up at 6 so that you read. That thing is difficult, I'm telling you. Yeah. And sometimes you'll be like, but I'm too busy. I don't even have time to do that. It doesn't fit your daily schedule again. So those things there. But then there's a tip. There's a pro tip. I really like these pro tips all the time. So the pro tip is that for you to make significant progress, you will need to stick to certain opportunities, keep pursuing them with tenacity. Like if you really want to focus on something, let it be that, and keep looking for opportunities around that. That's why you see sometimes somebody keeps doing something until he or she becomes good at it, and then that person becomes an authority at the regional, at the international level, and you wonder, how did you make it? See that? Yeah, because that person kept his or her eye on opportunities around that particular thing. Yeah. So basically, another idea that is in the book is about networking, because we talked about before. We talked about three things before, and then the third one now is that the idea of networks actually help. So for you to increase your opportunities, the opportunities that we just talked about in the last slide, these opportunities, the breakout opportunities, you need to do this. You need to keep engaging with people. I really like the idea of engaging with people, like just the way we see in the image here. You see, these people are interacting and they're having a good time, but they're also becoming a team, right? Building their relationship. And you can see here, you need to expand your networks. Yeah. So engage people, create networks, expand them, and collaborate with people on projects, and also on sharing ideas. Like this is why we have the light bulb here, and ideas and things like that. Yeah. So basically that is the third element of the book. And then the other part is, how do we keep the networks that we have created? So we want to move from networks to high quality relationships. And by high quality relationships here, you have zeroed down. If even the network, for example, you have exchange your business cards with like 20 people in a gathering, then this time you are I'm going to mute you right now. So I'm going to mute mode because the echo is coming from the sound of your mic. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. So how do we keep the networks? This is the point here. The network needs to be zeroed down into relationships, not just relationships, but high quality relationships. And by this, it means if we have a network of like 20 people, you need to zero down into like 5 people you can hang out with. And here we are aware that people you hang out with really influence you most times without you realizing this. So hey, check out whom do you hang out with? Me, I hang out a lot with Jong, so maybe he's influencing me or I'm influencing him. Yeah. So basically, this is the number one starting point. But then, whom should we keep in the relationships that we have, the professional relationships? Basically, these are people we can trust, people we can consult regularly, and people we can cooperate with them on certain projects. And then when you talk about cooperation, consulting people, you know that is an extra time. That will demand an extra time, and also demand physical proximity most times. Well, with the technology now, you could have like the way we're having this Zoom meeting. Yeah, I could have a Zoom meeting, with my friend in South Africa right now. And so the physical part is solved. I understand the book was written in 2012. So the buzz of technology was still not up to this level. But now with the modern technology, you don't really need to be physically close, but you can interact with people and even collaborate and do projects with them wherever they are. So that makes it a lot easier. Yeah, we come to final words. 3 main points that we talked about before. So the two authors actually tell us that for us to succeed in today's turbulent professional world, and actually even family, personal life, we must have 3 things. We must be competitive, just like the startups, the business idea, the business strategies that we talked about before. You become adaptive and use networks, strong networks actually with people around you. And you keep looking, you keep pursuing the breakout opportunities. This is really important. And it's basically like if you have this, continue to look for ways to break that out. There was a session actually I shared here that I've worked for like 10 years now. But this morning I made a count of how many jobs or how many positions I had. I was like 8. I was like, what? So like I've been breaking out from positions that I've been holding. Actually, like on average, that is like a year and a half. I'm already breaking out. I'm like, okay, maybe I was pursuing breakout opportunities without knowing actually. Yeah, but for sure, the opportunities are I think to look up to. Hey, in the Tukul as we always do, there's an opportunity for you to read something more. So the book that I really want to recommend again for the authors, this was just like sharing key ideas in the book. It's the same one here that we have been talking about, Startup of You, Adapt to the Future by Reid Hoffman and Ben Kasnocha. So this is a book you can find wherever you find your books from and read about it deeply. And then another book that I really like, it's called it's from Carl Reader. Somebody's called Carl Reader, but he's an author. He should have been a Carl writer. But this is real name is called Carl Reader. He wrote the book in 2020. It's called Pause It. It's about taking care of your professional life and making sure you grow yourself and your business. I really like the book too. Maybe if time will allow us in the future, we'll do the same thing that we are doing right now. Yeah, so basically that's the presentation. We always thank you very much for joining us in the Tukul, and remember to like our YouTube channel, by the way, and share with your family and friends and people in your social networks, like our page also on Facebook, and the community continue to grow. Yeah, so thank you guys. That is the end of our presentation tonight. Really thank you very much for the audience. So what I'll do right now is stop share, and I'll go back to the room, and I've opened it up officially right now for your thoughts, sharing, experiences. And I would like to welcome a few colleagues back to the Tukul. I see Mahmoud Junior. Mahmoud, you're welcome back to the Tukul, man. It has been a while. And I also have Santino here and Deng. Yeah, so thank you guys. Let me open it up for the discussion. Raise your hand or unmute and take it up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Jack.
anyone comes in, something wrong.
Yeah, Jack, go ahead.
So, thank you for the presentation. I didn't really see the book leading us to that lane. Like you told us, a startup. Like, what are you starting up? And
yeah,
having that courage to start up something is another thing.
Yep.
So it's really good you recommended for us the book. And what I'd like to add here is starting up something isn't always easy. Like when you think of it, you have the idea to start it up, but are you capable of managing it? Are you really able to lift it or take it to where you want to take it? That is where the aspect of the people around you, the people you socialize with, comes.
Yes.
Like, if you have the idea, why don't you share it with somebody? If you can share it with somebody, see the picture on their side, listen to their perspective, And if they are able to agree with you and show you the way forward, that is what we all need. And you brought the aspect of technology earlier. People are earning from technology. The phones. People have jobs on phones.
Yes.
People that do the so-called digital marketing. It's just online internet thing, but they're making money. So technology has really narrowed down the kind of heavy work that you've been doing to just sitting home and doing your work, and at the end of the month you have something in your pocket. So thank you so much, Wong, for choosing this book. It is really helpful. On my side, it is sincerely helpful.
Thank you very much, Jang, for your thoughts, and I've also picked up a lot from your sharing, and the idea of digital marketing for sure. That's something we and especially digital jobs, right? Like people could be at their homes and they are already working, and they tend to earn more actually, because you could be doing like several. You could be doing several of those, right? Instead of sitting, if you go to an office and you sit in one office, that is the office you will be paid from. But if you do online, there's possibility that you do several of them.
Several of them. Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So thank you very much. I'll give it to Mawud. I say his hand is raised. Mawud, take it up. And then we go to Philip after Mawud. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks once again for the warm welcoming. It has been a while indeed without joining the group.
Welcome back.
Due to some circumstances that has been disturbing me down here.
No problem.
And also my area of stay is also a bit of local.
No problem, bro. Thanks.
Okay. To pick up from the point, though I came in late, the little part that I have heard of, I may try to speak up. The point, the book is really interested, as you recommended, and it have being a point at a certain point whereby on a personal development, like adaptations and today market is a competitive market whereby needs networking and needs also self-oriented at a certain point, in which it needs everyone to keep update on daily basis. Because when you slide off from updating, you find that somebody somewhere is also striving for the same position that you are fighting for in life. Either be it a business, be it a technical jobs that need physical, there's somebody fighting against you also, in which it needs us always to get updates. But on a certain point, like basically on our country here, if I can rate at a certain point, because I'm an upcoming reader, I pick up from those of you,
Thank you.
Whereby reading become most of important, and few individual of you always advise someone like me that always read. After I found out that reading become a part of life, and you found that when you read, you found yourself that you are physically where you are, but mentally somewhere. Whereby you view others part of the world.
I'm clapping for you, man.
As if you are there. Yeah. So at this point, whereby those who are just coming up to this world of reading, world of today update, it will become very hard for us now to get such books as want. Most of books are on Amazon, and Amazon will lack cuts, these pay cuts. Our bookshop within the country, they don't have the actual book that are needed at that particular point, in which it become hard for some of us to get such books, in which I don't know. It needs us a continuous struggling to get some book to update ourselves with, in which whereby I could recommend that struggle should continue. Shouldn't be one, because when you slide off, you found that your colleague somewhere have struggled for that things and already overcomes you at that point, and you will be like you are going back to 20th centuries, and yet people are going forward.
True.
In which at this point I can recommend that reading is a part of life. One, it it orients you. Also, it shapes the overview of the world around you, and also it also encourages those who are always associating, like networking, as you stated earlier, that you always hang out with the Jongs, those of Ali, those of Geraldine. These are the most closest people to you.
Yes.
Likewise to some of us also, in which I can recommend that you also look at the contents of those who will hang out with you at a certain point, because they will shape you in one way or the other.
That's right.
Either emotionally, physically, mentally, at certain point, that person will shape you. In which at this point, I can confess that MK, since I came to know MK, a lot of things have changed, because the guy cannot give me time. Like if I did not read, he will ask me, why have you not read this book? If you have it, why did you not go through it? You have to take like 15 minutes every day over a certain book, because laziness cannot take you. And really, I appreciate him of that.
Wow.
After I pick it from you, he's the guy now monitoring me.
Wow, that's good.
Though we are physically distant apart, network have made it possible.
Wow, that's good. That's good, Mugu. Thank you very much.
In which at that point, I will like, we are just few here, and I can comment that your voice can be a millions educator to some others, in which we few who are here, we can also complement the others who are outside also to do the same. One way we become network now, we will change some things.
Wow. Thank you very much, Mugu. That was a powerful sharing. And I really like the idea that you are already having your networks now, and you have somebody you can consult regularly. Is it that point came up in the presentation? And one thing I also read before I made a summary of the book was that you need somebody who would be like your buddy. Like you need a buddy, somebody who will tell you, have we achieved these milestones? And it came out a bit when I talked about having somebody whom you can work on certain projects with. Yeah, so I'm really happy. I'm also happy to MK that is doing a great job down there. And yeah, really inspiring also to hear back from you guys that whatever discussions we have here, sometimes randomly, are actually changing your lives. That is a good one. So thank you, Mahmoud. I'll give the mic now to Philip and we'll hear from him. Philip, would you like to take it up?
Yes, thank you so much, Ngo.
You're welcome.
I would like to welcome everybody in the Tuku, and thank you all for the chance. Otherwise, have a good evening, all of you. To begin with, I think a lot has been exhausted by Ngo and the rest of the colleagues who participated and contributed. Mine is just some summary bit of on the last bit part of the presentation on how ways to reshape your career.
Right.
I have cited some few points from author called Leah Milne from Google, as you people talk about.
Yes.
Ngong has been reading a book, and it's the same book now appear on Google. That was a book of 2012, and again today what I read was article on 2016. Okay. Not so far.
Wow.
So nice. This book, this author cited some pure practical fact and the theories of this topic that Ngong has presented as a practical theory on the ground. So one is, you people have mentioned it. That's why I was saying a lot have been exhausted through this presentation. It was telling you and me to reshape your career, you must take online course. That one help you out on what you are supposed to do. Take online course.
Yes.
Like what the other guy talked about, that is being guided by someone. Another one is also attend the professional conferences or seminars. This is where Ngong was talking about connected, being networking. Those are the people you get from there. And this is where you will share your idea. I share my idea. He has to share his idea with me. through physical interactions, maybe you realize that you are developing, because you are not the one who studied that particular career. There's another guy also.
Yes.
So it is another way of okay. Another one is a professional. Colleague has mentioned, don't be isolated, don't be alone.
Yes.
Do what we call partnership with the other colleagues.
Yes.
Look at him or her. How does he make his career develop? We call it career development.
Yeah.
This is where you look at where a professional road is going. Follow that road. And you will realize at the end of the day, your career is successful in the destination. Another one is like, set a goal that stretches yourself. You know, I want to achieve, by next year, I have to achieve this. Based on my career, why can I do this? At the end of the year, I will be able to make this what is done.
Wow.
The last one is looking at the feedback. What are the inputs? Don't tell me in the Tukul year I will get inputs. Apart from Tukul, why can't you look outside there?
Yes.
What you are doing is another people doing it.
Yeah.
Does it relate to what you are doing? With this, we talk of opportunity, like what Ngong said. Opportunity, do not wait for that opportunity to come to you. Go for it. Don't afraid to what you are supposed to do. So with these few remarks, I think those are the practical part and theories we are supposed to do on the ground for today. Well, it's business. So the topic is really touching on us, we generation who are exposed to technology of today. So you may find that you are done with your career and you have nowhere to go. This is where the question come about, like what colleague was talking about South Sudan. Now I may ask some question to you, Ngong, and also the guests in the house, Mr. Ajang. He didn't talk. I think he's coming. We are waiting for the big man. So, and also the participant. Now, looking at our career perspective in South Sudan context, what are the contributions and benefits of career to you and to me in South Sudan particular? What do you think my career contributed to me in South Sudan? That is one. Each and every one will come with his idea and input. Second, what are the challenging facing us or facing those who are pursuing their career in South Sudan particular? I don't talk about the other countries. I am only specific South Sudan. Three, what could be the possible solution to address the challenge facing us in those reshaping our career? Thank you.
Wow, thank you very much, Philip. That was powerful, and I like the idea that you have also taken the opportunity to reflect deeper on the topic, and the additional points you have added here. Wonderful. I like the idea of doing online course. These days, it's really easy to do an online course. Like you had free courses, and you can also, by the way, instead of using YouTube for just funny things and watching things that will make you laugh and that is it. No, YouTube is a very serious learning platform, by the way. Me, I have like serious philosophical sessions on YouTube with serious philosophers, you know. So I use YouTube a lot to learn from it. So there now, whatever is online now, these are the resources and the opportunities, the competitive advantage that we were talking about before. So Philip, thank you very much. That was a very powerful reflection there. Earlier, Mahmoud raised a point about where to get books from and Amazon being inaccessible because somebody might not have a card or something like that. I put here in the chat PDF drive. I think we talked about this in one of the Tukul sessions where we said if you go to PDF drive, and you put it like a keyword search to a topic you want to read about, it will give you like thousands of books for free. You can download them, have them on your phone or on your tablet or your computer, and you are good. You can even have an online library. You can have an online library that you can have been exhausted in a year, by the way, just free from PDF Drive. So Maud, if you get your time, you can just go like the link I've shared here now, pdfdrive.com. That is home for readers. Yeah. Yeah. So let's continue to have the discussion. I saw Santino raised his hand before. Santino. Oh, okay. Santino maybe it's out a bit. I'll give it to Victor. Victor, see your hand up.
Hello, Ngong.
Hi.
Yeah, thank you for the chance, and my regard to all participants and the members of the TUCL. I think, yeah, this is a very wonderful discussion, and there are a lot of things that have touched me. The other people have been exhausted it before. Those who have talked ahead of me. To start with, like the business idea.
Yes.
You see, I got some experience within the business idea. And I have faced a lot of challenges within. You see, especially within South Sudan, we have a lot of challenges, particular to our South Sudanese. Whenever you are starting your business, there you can have other challenges like the culture sometimes can affect our business, and this thing of groupings, as you have been saying before, is also affecting our business. Even if you started something, make sure that in other way around, this is going to get lost. This is one of the things that I have been pathing through. Like I can say in 2017, I started my business. And I was really starting with something small. It was like 50,000 South Sudanese pounds.
Yes.
And then I just committed myself. I came up until I reached something like, I reached 100 plus in duration of 1 month. You see?
Wow.
And then and then I said, now I should have to give authority to this guy. And then I will be going for my studies. You see?
Yes.
And I left the business to the place where I was. Then I came to Juba because I want to continue with my education.
Yeah.
You see what happened? See, they said that something can be good whenever you are present in it.
Yes.
And if you are not around, it can get lost. The business was collapsed.
Oh.
That we have been setting up everything. Setting up is very easy whenever you are the one practicing it.
Yes.
And also we have we have another challenge. Now we have other business that the people are doing online. You see, like maybe you can be open something on YouTube. You have your channel and then you post it, and if you get something like 2,000 subscribers, and then whoever that go and watch there anytime for the thing that you have posted, make sure that you are making money. That is another business, which is one of the good things that the people can be encouraged to join the business online. That was all about digital. I don't know. I don't know. Was it Philip who talk about digital marketing nowadays?
It was Ajang.
Ajang, yeah. So it is all about business. When we come to, there was a question asked before that how can we reshape our career?
Yes.
And what are the challenges that you are facing in your career? Like me, the one I'm pursuing for civil engineering. And with the environment that we are in, we are lacking a lot of things that we are supposed to get. And also system by itself. Whenever you see the system, it is not favoring us.
Hello?
Yes.
Sorry for interrupting. Yes, sorry for interruption. The first question was, what are the contribution or the benefits of career, of your career to you in South Sudan?
Okay, and then you have another second question.
That was the problem when you talk about where you were talking about.
Yeah. Because I'm coming to.
Yes, the last one was possible solution. What could be the possible solution?
Right.
Okay. Okay, I was talking about the challenges. So, like in my career now, we have no lab for AutoCAD in order the student can have a design. And you see, that one is supposed to be brought by the what? By the institutions, so that the student can get to learn during the lectures time.
Yeah.
Which is one of the challenge. Yes, the lab is there, but the problem, the material. They said the lab is there, but the material to be delivered, to be updated. The thing which are there, they are the old one, not the new update for the what? That the country, that the world is going on with it. This is one of the challenge.
So how do we go about that now, Victor? How do you go about all these challenges? Like, are you finding a way out? Like the way we talked about in the presentation before, there was a slide where we talk about the way out around some of these things. Like if that is not working, maybe there's a new way out. What is your experience around that?
Yeah, my experience is based on that. You see now, like let me talk basically on like what's on lab. Yeah, and the way out. Now we have some companies within South Sudan here in Juba.
Yeah,
and you see those who are operating privately, they are offering these courses.
Yes,
and you must pay. And one of the challenge within is financially. Okay, like to be trained for the course of AutoCAD now, at least you can pay $500 per package.
Okay.
$500. Yeah. And you see that one for the other students who are not stable in financially, they cannot afford to shape their career based on that.
Yeah.
That is one of the challenge that I'm getting in it. And for the rest, if you have money, you can do it. If you don't have money, you can stay until the time that you are going to get your own money. This is one of the things that I'm passing through, and is one of my challenge based on my college. And then also the lack of lecturers, the trained one. You see, lecturers, they were here, professors and doctors by then, before the conflicts. But the problem, when the conflict erupted in 2013, most of them they left, and you see, and you know, the economic crisis arise, and the amount and their salaries are not meeting their need.
Yeah.
Most of them, they were international lecturers. They just come and give the lectures and then they go back to where they are. You see, most of the lecturers, they left. Now those who are now available in the country, some are fresh graduates, so they call them TA. They should have to give their lectures, and they are not that well trained. That is one of the challenge. And for the solution of that, it need every college or every institution to have a trained teachers or lecturers, so that they can give their best knowledge to the student, and the student will be sharp of taking their career.
All right. So thank you, thank you very much, Victor, for the contribution there to the discussion, and really appreciate your inputs. Maybe we'll give the opportunity again to other colleagues, and then we continue to reacting to the presentations that is coming from across the room. Yeah. So thank you very much. Yeah, I also see there's Dengbol here. He's usually the one who doesn't speak the most, but I'm going to give him the mic right now so that we hear his voice. Hi, Deng. Hi, Deng, can you hear me?
Hey, hello.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Yes.
I'm doing great. How
today
are you
we want
guys?
to hear your voice, man.
Well, that's okay. But I really think Especially restricted.
Yes.
Because it's talking about career, and I don't really think I have one at the moment.
Yes.
I'm still in the process of trying to get one.
Yes.
So this actually limits whatever knowledge that I have or anything that I can contribute.
Wow, so that's okay. Really... And what about your experience creating networks? Do you have networks or people that you have your inner circle, or people that you have relationships with, people that you do some things together? Yeah.
Well, at the moment, I can't really say I have a cycle.
Yeah.
Because I moved to Juba last year.
Yeah.
And ever since I came here, it has been more of just leaving the house, going to school, then going to where I hustle, and then I get back home. So I've never really had the time to like socialize. Yeah. But if I go back a little bit to like 3 years ago, I really think I had really good relationships with people. And yeah, they helped me a lot. But at the moment, I don't really think I'm in the position to consider those cycles that I had back then.
All right. That's fine. Actually, that's one of the key ideas that the two authors have tried to bring up in the book. One of them was to create relationships like networks, and also to maintain or build them. So now at your stage, if you are not started one already, hey, the two guys are telling you, hey, then you should begin already to start networks, like people you can have, you can consult, people you can ask for ideas, people you can share your ideas with, whether they are at school or whether they are at, even in the community, by the way. People are your neighbors, or people you are your friends, people you go to church with, those people. Basically, this is what the two authors are saying. You need to have those people. Yeah.
Well, if we go according to the perspective that the book is bringing out,
yes,
then what I have at the moment, I can't really call it a cycle.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't really call it a cycle, because the book talks about having people that you can trust.
Yes.
Someone that you can lean on. Yes. Someone that you can trust. You can believe that at some point he's going to give you a solution with whatever problem that you're having.
Yeah. Okay.
So from judging from that perspective, I don't really think I have one that can live up to that expectations and standards.
Can I give you one? Can I give you one network already?
There's no problem. I'm really open.
It's here actually. It's the Tukul. So the Tukul community now is is your community. I'm quite sure, like, if you meet Victor and the Jag and the three of us in the room, and Philip right here, and Mahmoud, this is like this is our small community. We meet here every Saturday. We have our discussions. We share ideas. Yeah. So you have one community already. Like.
Right? That's okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I've been learning a lot. I've been learning a lot from you guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay. So guys, if we have more ideas to share, feel free to come back and raise your hand, and we'll give it back to you. Hey, the other time, then you were talking about. Okay. Hey, Dio, welcome. Welcome back.
Oh yeah, sure. Then just talked of not having a clique that he can trust, or a group of people that he currently can term as that influential. But yeah, like you recommended to him, Tukul is one, and this is how it starts. When people talk of ideas and you are in that group, then it definitely you are part of it, and this is where challenging yourself starts. Now the next step, you're going to think, oh, so this today we talked about this, and this in Tukul.
Yes.
What can I really start up, or like who can I approach and share with him or her what my idea is or what I think I can be comfortable beginning with. This is how it starts. You don't have to go sit down and study someone from ideas are so free.
Yes.
Ideas are so free. So Tukul is part of you've become part of Tukul. You can just approach anyone or in any of our sessions. You feel free and open up.
Thank you, Dio. that was a nice one there, actually. Yeah, and Dan was reading Student Legacy. We want to hear about him. How it went. Then how did it go?
Exactly.
Well, I've been really slow.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been really slow because these past few weeks I've been very busy. Yeah, but I'm just getting there. I'm reading chapter. I think chapter 4. Chapter 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is good already.
Yeah, we talked about Socrates' life in Egypt and how he was received, how he was given access to the museum, the library.
Okay.
So that's where I am, and how the philosophy that he went back to Greece with was rejected and termed foreign philosophy. So that's where I am at the moment.
Okay. Next Saturday we'll come and hear more. And as a Tukul community, we are asking you to go one chapter ahead. One chapter forward, so that next Saturday we will say, hey, what is happening in chapter 5? Because we know we are in 4 now. Something like that.
Yeah, it's okay. But Ajang mentioned something. Ajang mentioned something about reaching out to people and telling them what you really think of the ideas that you have.
Yes.
I really think there is one thing that really makes us, not to go out and approach people, because I have had that experiences. People do projection. You walk up to someone and then you try to have that, conversation with him. But the thing that they do, they come with preconceptions. Like, okay, this person here is at this level, I am at this level. So why do I really have to listen to this person? Yet his school of thought is not really going to live up to mine.
Yeah.
See? So that kind of projection really prevents people from reaching out to people, and
that's true, man. Absolutely. That's quite true. In fact, earlier we talked about people that you hang out with influence your way of thinking and your ideas and what you talk about that particular day. So you're right about it. Yeah. All right. Yeah, Jack, go ahead. Yeah,
so,
I see you raise your hand.
Mr. Deng, Mr. Deng, you just said something, and I totally agree to it. Sometimes we approach people, and once we try to discuss with them what we feel we should discuss with them, then most of the times they do not have what you want, or they do not want you to be a step ahead of them. I have gone through that before I met the likes of Long. I've had ideas that I shared with people, and people actually took the ideas, and right now they are well off. They are running the ideas I shared with them. That happens.
We are giving them the bill, man. They have to pay.
Exactly. They have to pay, but what do I do? They had the money, and I didn't have the money to start up what I had in my mind.
Yes.
So when I met this group, the likes of Long, General Dees, Manelsons, and the rest, I felt challenged. Actually, what I'm doing currently is what I used to do at my workplace. I used to do it as a worker. But after my contract got done with them, I sat down and I started thinking, why I've been doing the external work. Why can't I come up with my own? I don't know how to call it. Should I say a company, something like that? Then I do exactly what I have been doing for these people externally, because I'm sure there are people that are in need of such services. So meeting people and every time they ask, every time people sit down, they'll be asking themselves, "Yo, what do you do, yo?" And I'll be like, "What do you do?" That is the question they keep asking. So I sat down and I planned myself and went on shared with friends, and they told me, "Yo, this is a good idea. Go on with it."
Okay.
So it is really difficult finding such people, but once you're there, you're good to go.
Wow. Thank you, Dijong.
That is what I wanted to say.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Yeah, Dick.
That was insightful. That was insightful. It's something that almost everyone is going through, and everyone at some point has gone through it. Personally, I think I've reached out to a couple of people. Some I'm in good terms with at the moment, but I don't consider them part of my cycle, and they don't consider me part of theirs. But when we met, it was, we can have random conversations, and then at the end of the day, it ends just there. Doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, but
true.
But mostly, ever since I came here to Juba, my only problem hasn't been like not reaching out to people. It has been really hard to identify those that I would want to approach.
Right.
Yeah, because this is the hardest part. And identifying someone that you really think can help you with whatever problem you have or whatever thing that you need to be mentored on. Yeah. So that aspect is just something that I've been trying to maneuver through. And yeah, I've noticed a few people that I can trust, and I really think they're going to help me. And sometimes we just need a little push. We just need someone to push us a little bit, like, yo, you just really need to do that. And I really think this session has helped me in that aspect.
Thank you very much, Deng. I really appreciate you also for opening up and sharing your personal experiences. Maybe we should have a two session on type of relationships and what they have been like for us. Maybe something like that in the future.
Yeah, that is not a bad idea.
All right. Okay,
that would really be nice.
Yeah, good. I see Mahmoud, your hand is up.
Okay, thanks one again. On the point of Deng Ball, like point of connection, you found as we those who don't have that much connection, you found us we are just circulating at this small circle because of the peer. Like if you go to somebody known like you, you are you like go for mentorship, like Ngong, I need little food because I have an idea and I need just to be pushed a bit because only directive. You found that you don't give me that time within your schedule. I may not got that specific time for mentoring within your schedule, and you may be keeping like yes, Maud, you come tomorrow. I will see later. I will see tomorrow until tomorrow it goes. You found that at a certain point I will go and sit back and I say it like yes, this guy is not having that helping hand in which he need to help me, and actually I am in need of help. At that point you found most of us fear now this circle of going beyond your limit, whereby you actually go to somebody who can show you. You found us we are circulating at this small circle of whom we think alike at a certain point, in which he or she may not add something to me, or likewise to me may not add something to that person at that particular moment, because we think alike and our thinking cannot go beyond our steps, in which they need somebody who can see ahead of us. Then we go to that person to give us just a push. And these things has really been affecting us. And you found most of us, we have been to Juba. I personally have been to Juba for good 3 years. So within good 3 years, I have not been having connection with most of people, excepting a few individuals whom we are together and whom we share those ideas as a young footed. You may come up with an idea, but you don't have financial support. And you don't have others connection more than the other person. Then you can share that idea with the person, and person go and buy that idea and use it. And you will be wishing that was your idea, but seeing you were not capable of supporting yourself, and that person does not give you that needed mentorship or needed support at that particular moment, you found out that your idea, you have sold your idea out cheaply at that point. So you found most of us now always sit back and you be with your idea, because you fear that person, if I bring on today, it may not give me time like the other one.
Yes.
This has become problem. And until recently, when I start meeting with this Anyanya, meeting you Ngong personally, though you did not know me by then, but I know you. Until today, maybe you know me only by pictures, you don't know me physically, but I met you on several occasions.
Okay.
So until I met this Anyanya group, I found out that I'm gaining something from that point. All this gathering of Anyanya, I'm trying to gain something from them, in which you found that I found those who think ahead of me rather than those who think at my circle. So these things has become problem. Fear of you people who have known something, for us to run to you for help, you don't give us time. So that's the
that's
problem.
True. Thank you. Thank you very
that's
much.
What I was up from.
That was nice actually. Earlier we talked about creating that network and then picking from the few that you can trust. So I really echo with your point and the one Dave shared before. We can create as many people as we can in the network, right? But then we keep a few close, because those few are the ones who will give us the time. When we did the presentation, we said, hey, this thing, by the way, demands time and it demands attention, So I really echo with your points, guys. Let's keep trying to share our ideas with people. You may not know who the next person is, and then also like the way you said before, also there's a tricky part to it. If you share your ideas, someone might run away with it, put all the finances there, and begin to make a life out of it, and you just look and be like, that was my idea. But anyway, let's keep thinking, let's keep the conversation going, and right here it's always like a network. I really like the fact that we have realized that Tukul is already our platform and like one of the networks we can already count on. So guys, it has been another wonderful Tukul session. I really appreciate you people and the ideas. Can't stop admiring the discussion and how it has been going so far. So thank you very much. I would want to wish everyone a good night, and we meet in the next Tukul session.